Hi there, my name is Jacob Hilbrandt, and this is my video reflection for chapters 1 through 3 of The Infinite Game. Chapter 1 chooses to delve into the difference between finite and infinite mindsets. So, a finite mindset is something that has a set list of rules and regulations that all players must abide by. So, for example, this past weekend, the Super Bowl. The Chiefs and Buccaneers players all had to abide by the same rules. If they didn't follow the rules, there was a penalty or a flag was thrown, and whoever had the most points at the end of the game was declared the winner. On the contrary, an infinite mindset is something that is more focused on how you can improve upon yourself. So the main way that chapter 1 went into this was the difference between Microsoft and Apple. While Microsoft was focused on trying to beat the competition or win the game, Apple was more focused on how they could improve themselves, and then the results took care of themselves in the end. An example of finite versus infinite in my life is I have noticed that throughout my college career, I have taken a more finite approach to how I learn. For example, I go to class, I do the material, I do my homework, usually on time, and I just focus on everything I can do to get a good grade and be done with the class. As opposed to if I had more of an infinite mindset, if I focus on how I could better myself and how I could educate myself to succeed in the future, I think it would be more beneficial to me that way. Moving on to chapter 2 goes into just cause and what makes an organization have a just cause. So a just cause is comprised of five things, and these are the organization needs to be for something, they need to be inclusive, they need to be service oriented, they need to be resilient, and they need to be idealistic. And a company that I believe abides by all five of these would be Lululemon. So, what is Lululemon for? Lululemon is for a safer, healthier, and better world. See, that seems kind of broad, kind of shooting for the moon, which is actually a topic in chapter 3. But Lululemon attacks this by, for example, they have recently built a community center in Sri Lanka where a lot of their products are actually made. And this community center is not only for their workers, but it's for the surrounding region. It provides them a place where they can exercise, where they can get away from the daily rigors of life and just be happy. And this is not an isolated incident. They have done this at multiple other locations all around the world and continue to do so. They also are opening fitness centers. It's not necessarily a gym, it's more like a fitness club, not Planet Fitness. That's entirely something separate. But these are places that are free, they're community oriented. Doesn't matter if you're a Lululemon employee, if you're one of their clients, they're for the community. They want everyone to be happy and healthy. If you start with one person and keep expanding, then eventually the whole world is affected. They are inclusive, like I just talked about. They have those community centers or those fitness shops where everyone can come in and try to better themselves and better the people around them. They are service oriented. Lululemon is committed to providing high quality and innovative products that last a long time as opposed to someone like Nike or Adidas whose products are good products, but they are not necessarily built to last. They're built to break down eventually, so you have to buy more. They're resilient. A lot of companies have struggled during the global pandemic, which is not entirely their fault, but Lululemon has found ways to adapt and streamline their business to keep producing high quality products, keep providing for their employees, and continue to succeed on the global athletic landscape. And they're idealistic. So their mission to better the world, that seems really generic and hard to do, but they have a specific way of doing that by building their community centers, building those fitness shop kind of things. They're working on providing a more of a green way to transport their goods, whether that's using ships or just not using airplanes. I did a project on them last semester, and one of the things they found is that the high majority of their emissions was from actually flying their products across the ocean. So they're starting to use more ships, which are much better for the environment. They are looking into using electronic vehicles for transporting their goods from, say, the warehouses to the stores. So they continue to be on the cutting edge on how they can help the environment and help the people that live in the environment around them. And chapter 3 goes into cause or no cause, and he identifies four main things that are not a just cause. And these are when you're shooting for the moon or moonshots, when you're focused on being the best, when you're only focused on growth, and you're only focused on CSR, which is corporate social responsibility. And I chose to look at McDonald's mission statement, being a former employee of them this past summer. And their mission statement reads, McDonald's brand mission is to be our customers' favorite place and way to eat and drink. Our worldwide operations are aligned around a global strategy called the Plan to Win, which centers on an exceptional customer experience, people, products, place, price, and promotion. So overall, it is an okay mission statement. It sounds good on paper, but it is not a just cause because it's kind of they want to be the best. Their first part of their mission statement focused on being the best, and that does not qualify it as a just cause. And yeah, that's mostly why that mission statement doesn't work. I mean, they do a pretty good job. They don't solely focus on CSR or how like they're gonna give to charity like the Ronald McDonald Foundation. As good as that is, and as much as that helps, that does not show up in their mission statement. And doesn't really focus on growth that much from what I just read. And it's not necessarily an unrealistic thing to be someone's favorite place to eat, but it's how are you going to maintain and improve upon that into the future. And the one quote that I thought really resonated with me is actually going to be from starting on page 45. So it says, markets will rise and fall, people will come and go, technologies will evolve, products and services will adapt to consumer tastes and market demands. We need something with permanence for us to rally around, something that can withstand change and crisis. To keep us in the infinite game, our cause must be durable, resilient, and timeless. I thought that was a really good quote to kind of sum up what the first three chapters were all about, and that an infinite game has to be something that's long term, something that people can really get behind, something that inspires to get them out of bed in the morning. And I think that Lululemon has that. Other companies such as Apple have that, or Google, for example. And I think that they do a really good job of showing their employees how they can make a difference and why they're making a difference. And I look forward to reading the next couple chapters and learning more than I already have. All right, thank you.